Welcome back, everyone, to Argentina, and it's going to be the second part. So now, we're having to deal with unrest in Cordoba and Mendoza. Thousands of jobless citizens in the industrial cities of Cordoba and Mendoza have flocked to the streets to demand the government to step in and fix the crisis. Since our control over these cities is still uncontested, local police forces loyal to the army are not intervening on our behalf in an attempt to fan the flames of resistance against Carles in a shaky regime. Send a strongly worded letter. Of course. We're going to start the Corrientes campaign. Tensions with the Paraguayans have forced us to be extra careful in handling this province. Failing to do so may provoke Paraguayan aggression, especially in our time of weakness. However, Corrientes is our gateway to the Misiones, and we refuse to surrender these provinces to any foreign foe. So it's here. You know, Paraguay, if they try to do some nasty stuff, we can just kill them, probably. I mean, we are weak right now, but this is just very, very terrible land. So, since it is very, very terrible land... Oh, Posadas! There's a place called Posadas. Yeah, in case if you do not know who... Posadas is a person, also, and he's a very hilarious figure. Anyway, retake Santiago and Salta. An important mining district and our main production center for the precious sugarcane. These provinces are an important vessel to our economy, and it is our duty to retake it from rebel hands. While it is fairly undeveloped for now, we have plans for the province, and time may prove to change this. Okay. Good. So we're gonna retake control of our country. Take back control. Bypassed economic control over Argentina. Okay, so now that we have essentially taken over everything, we can take, these economic things. Oh wow, they're very good. Oh god, they're very good. Strive for autarky. Oh, unlocks decisions to reduce our reliance on foreign steel production. Unlocks decisions to purchase foreign equipment. Mitteleuropan Panzerdeal. Yeah, very good. I need to be in a faction with the German Empire. Okay, so apparently I can join the Reichspakt, which is interesting. So if we go to our foreign policy part, I don't see Catholic brothers around the world. Volunteers to Rome. Man, I love this. This is a great focus tree, actually. Look at this. It's just great. Anyway, looks like we can join Mitteleuropa. Well, not Mitteleuropa anymore, the Reichspakt, but, you know, that's good. Mitteleuropa. So, eradicate the conservative resistance with a nice bloody knife. As our grasp on the nation becomes stronger by the day, there are still those who see our regime as an offense to Argentinian... more text. To Argentinian democracy and Argentinian values, blah, blah, blah. Kill them. And disappear them. I wonder if there's going to be events about, you know, making people disappear because we are Argentina. Revising our exports. After the victory by the Central Powers in the Weltkrieg and the fading importance of the British Empire, Argentina slowly started adjusting itself to the New World Order and increased its exports to Germany. This turned out to be the correct choice in 1925, as it brought with it the collapse of the British Empire and the trade network that it had established. As Argentina's prime export partner and the supplier of much of our needed goods, the government was forced to start large-scale industrialization, leading to rising social tensions in a couple of rough years. German investments and the increasing importance of our agricultural products turned the situation back around in the 30s, leading to an economic boom and the establishment of Argentina as an economic powerhouse on the continent. The crash of the German market, however, and the return of protectionism to the nation have catastrophically impacted our economy and severely hampered our exports. A new trade agreement will have to be signed so that we can guarantee from the German Empire that they'll keep importing our goods. Send a proposal. So this is probably what's going to lead eventually to a political alliance with them as well. Temor Rojo. Even though almost all socialist sympathizers fled south after the FOP proclaimed its independence, some have remained amongst us, waiting for the time to backstab us and finish what the FOP started, giving us a perfect excuse to eradicate dissidents from among the opposition with national security in mind. So this is going to be just a lot of very, very bad political power things, but eventually we're going to have complete political dominance with plus 0.25 daily political power, so we can regain that relatively soon. Now we also have decisions over here, which is attract immigration. So we have immigration factor. So the collapse of nations all over Europe after the Weltkrieg and the rising tensions between the socialist blocs of the International and the rest of Europe. No, Germany, why? Aware of our fragile situation and not willing to drag their own recovery down to assist us, the German Trade Ministry has demanded that we lower the prices of our processed meat exports or face consequences by receiving higher prices on steel, tools, and consumer goods. We are, however, not obliged to follow these demands and could perhaps strike a deal with the Entente to reduce our dependency on Germany, although the Islas Malvinas issue has not been fully resolved yet and may prove to be a British bargaining chip. Well, I want the Malvinas, so we're gonna go with Germany, because the Malvinas are ours. Light tank 1, and yeah, essentially, yeah, we're gonna kill these syndicalists. Good. Complete political dominance. Good. Opposition is treason to the Republic and only slows us down in these trying times. Was it not their pathetic attempt at ruling the nation that has led to the survival of the FOP rebellion? We shall not repeat the past mistakes, as we shall be, as Carles says, patriotic knights capable of presenting our lives as a sacrifice against barbarism to save civilization. Wow. You really like cutting yourself at night, do you, Carles? Anyway. So afterwards, we can begin rapid militarization and strengthen the army. Now, the reason why we're going to do this is so that we can eradicate military cliques, which will strengthen the navy in return. But then we can go down to Instituto Balseiro to gain a research slot, which is good, and then get some mobile warfare doctrines, or rather first get some mobile warfare doctrines, which overall should increase our... also, this one would be important. Very, very important. Precision strikes. Just to make our army great again. And so, the reason we want to do that is because we have so many strong enemies around us that we're going to have to deal with by force of arms, you know, with our guns. So it would be great for us to just have a very strong army in the early to mid game. And to do that, we're going to need to take a lot of these focuses that are going to increase our army in some way or another, and then leave us an open door to later on double back and get some navy focuses and then expand the navy so that once we have defeated most of our enemies on the South American continent, we can make a bigger navy. And depending on whether or not we're going to continue the campaign to the late game, which still has to be seen, but it could allow us to, you know, fight our global enemies, perhaps with the help of Germany. So I was going to talk about the immigration system, which I'm trying to discover. So further crises throughout the continent could even further boost these numbers and could prove an opportunity to further boost our population. So projected immigration report for 1946, 100%. I wonder what that exactly means. Like what that exactly is going to do, but yeah, these decisions are going to increase the immigration factor, and there's even decisions in the focus tree that are going to increase the immigration factor. For example, the fallout of the American Civil War. Yeah, that's because, of course, if the American Civil War, you know, starts, you know, there's going to be a lot of Americans displaced, a lot of Americans that are going to be running away, and that's 50% of the immigration factor. You know, anyway, a lot of people who emigrated to North America during, you know, the 19th century and early 20th, although in the early 20th is when the Americans started to put restrictions on that, from Europe, also emigrated to Argentina, especially, well, I mean, I'm saying that because my perspective is that of Italy, and Italians, a bunch of Italians emigrated to the United States, and they're the most famous, you know, because of all like the cultural impact of you know, Italian Americans and all that. But actually, probably the most in numbers, I'm not sure because I haven't looked at the numbers. I've got a book about it, but you know, I've read it like a year or so ago, so I don't remember the exact numbers. But to Brazil and Argentina, also Italians went, and I said that like Yoda. But yeah, especially to Argentina, like Buenos Aires, there's just whole areas that are essentially like filled with people with Italian surnames and such. Anyway, so now we have completed economic dominance, or sorry, political dominance. Now we have a choice to make. We also have this FOP debacle. We're going to want to do this as quickly as possible. But this economic stuff is just so incredibly good. Like, it's not even funny how good this is. Now, unlocks decisions to expand our infrastructure. Right now we don't have political power. So we're going to need to try to get some industry. This is for the economic downturns of Black Monday. They're relatively quick focuses. So let's make a plan, I guess. A focus plan. Decisions to purchase foreign equipment. I would definitely love that. Oh, but plus 15% factory output? Are you kidding me? And then plus 8% factory output. And plus 6% production efficiency growth. And this one does not... See, there's a line that goes there, but it doesn't actually... Oh, it's because this... It's actually from this. Okay. So that's a choice between either, you know, purchasing foreign equipment, which might be useful, or 23% factory output, which means that we are not going to need, although this is 10%, and this is minus 10% consumer goods factories. Minus 10% consumer goods factories. So is minus 10% consumer goods factories worth losing essentially 13% factory output and a civilian factory? We're going to need to think about that later. Anyway, so the FOP debacle is from 1937. It's from 1937. This military factory is good. So this would just, you know, yeah, okay. So that's from early 1947. So what we're going to do is we're going to take rapid militarization, which is an extra, it's going to be completed in 15th of November, something like that. Or sorry, 12th of November. So this is going to be complete on the 12th of November, and then from the 12th of November, 56 days for this, or 56 days for this. We're going to take, we're going to take then the mass production innovations, and then we're going to start to take these, then we're going to start to take these things. Good. Okay, I see how we should make this work. Okay, so rapid militarization. After Carles's coup, the military was in chaos. Now that we have the country back under our control, we must rapidly rebuild our military capabilities. If we fail to rebuild our once glorious army, the neighbors might assume that they can take over rightful Argentinian clay. Okay, so now we are gonna get mobile warfare, because it's overpowered. And what we're going to do is... I like this tank. I also like these troops. What I we really do enjoy is the fact that this is a river. So our Marines are going to be more effective. Actually, you are a Guardia division, so you come back over. And what we're going to do is we're going to have you here because it's mountains. Okay. So you are going to be a different army. And it's going to be that. So you're essentially the port garrisons. So you come back around and come to Mar del Plata. And then we're going to try to get some extra troops. You know, Paraguay has not declared on us. Caballeros del Chaco. The Chaco cavalry. Yeah. And so we're going to try to take these bloody syndies out. What kind of color should it be? Maybe yellow. I don't know. The Spanish color. Rapid militarization. Yes. So that then, yeah, again, we are ready to take the FOP debacle relatively quickly. And, yeah. Strike now. All diplomacy has failed. The moment to strike has arrived. Build up defenses. Mobilize the reserves. Okay. I see how it is. We're short to shiny short. Right, we have a fleet. And looks like Huey Long was elected. Alright, we have a fleet, and yeah, Chile has a fleet. So we're gonna need to be kind of careful. Like, we can use our fleet at the beginning, but then, again, we're gonna need to be careful because... Oh, there's submarines. Submarines! Convoy rating. Okay, now what I shall do is, we should probably actually, instead of taking that economy stuff, eradicate those military cliques, because, yeah, we do not want that 10% penalty to organization and recovery rate when we actually fight. Now, this is going to be 35 days, though. So, when we finish it, it's going to be... like 16th of December. So it's not that efficient. But, you know, it actually, yeah, okay. No, this is good. Because it takes 2 weeks for, like, the focus bar to fill up. So that kind of accumulated focus time is going to go all to the FOP debacle. Okay, good. So the timing works out, kind of. I do enjoy how these focuses are shorter in duration. Especially because, you know, you start off in a very bad crisis. And we should have a relatively easy time at defeating these bloody syndies. Because you should probably actually come down here. And can you... I wonder if you can go to this province. Oh my god. I mean, anything is going to make you lose equipment. Because what I want to do, obviously, is I want to break through him, and then break through him and get the encirclement. Although, to do that best would be to come around in here. Yeah, get here. No. You stay there. You stay there, cabron. I wish that you could, like, manually tell the AI to do something. Jesus Christ. 26 soft attack, whereas you are 21 soft attack. Why are you sending the Marines to the mountains, you bloody retard? Okay, that's fine. You're gonna be okay. Radio. Yeah, okay. So this way we have a much stronger kind of armed force that can break through here instead and get a bigger encirclement. It's gonna be our focus. So our army isn't a homogeneous structure. Instead, there are many different rivaling cliques dividing it, with the GO, or Grupo de Oficiales Unidos, the United Officers, being the most noticeable one of them. If we wish to render our army more efficient, we're going to have to eradicate these cliques before their pointless power struggles and schemes weaken our army structure. Okay, good. This will strengthen the army. Okay. And now we wait. And get some extra poly power as well. How cool. He's calling for Chilean volunteers. That will not save you, hopefully. Yeah, international call to arms. Hopefully he does not get that many. Oh yeah, he is filling up his divisions with volunteers. So it looks like his problem isn't equipment, it's men. Because, you know, Patagonia and... like, these places aren't that populated. You know, 200,000 people in Chubut and 100,000 people in Santa Cruz. Because, you know, this may look like it's big or whatever, but compared to our heartland, it's not that, you know, not that great. We have fighters. Huh. We have fighters. That's good. Anyway, immigration report 1946. Oh, okay, so 1946 is over, and so we're gonna get... Oh, yes, please. So due to the collapse of the world economy in wake of Black Monday disaster and rising tensions all over Europe, large swaths of immigrants have decided to cross the pond and search for fortune in our nation. With the USA slowly drifting into chaos, it comes to no surprise that many of these immigrants have chosen our nation as the primary destination where they have been freely accepted and as ordained by our Constitution. Welcome to Argentina. What I like is that we are the extreme, you know, right-wing, and we like immigration, because, you know, we're Argentina. And our politics is different. FOB debacle. You know, this is going to make Argentina stronger. So the FOB debacle. So the Rio Negro has been the unofficial border between us and the rebels for years. While skirmishes occur regularly, no decisive actions to solve the crisis have thus far been successful. So it's going to be a 50-50 that we win or lose, but it's fine, it's fine. Because eventually we're just going to full-on attack them and... right, I am an idiot. I am a giant bloody fool. Because they're a puppet of the crazy Chileans. Do we have a mountaineer? We do not have a mountaineer. That's sad. You have a trickster, though. Edelmiro Julian Farel. I wish that the equipment capture was gonna work, but... you know, whatever. We're gonna take... ooh, Unyielding Defender. Plus 10% defense. Plus 10% defense? Really? Wow. That's not bad. That's actually just good. It's just very, very good. Then plus 30% entrenchment. Oh, but we don't have enough command power because of, yeah, our terrible war support. We do not gain any command power. Reap. Anyway, this is going to increase our, like, unit defense by quite a bit. Anyway, so what I wanted to say was that, thankfully, the Andean mountain ranges make it very difficult for us in Chile to actually, like, attack each other. But we're going to need to garrison these places before we actually go to war with the crazy syndies. Because the main front is going to be in Patagonia. But, oh, victory on the Rio Negro. The northern government now demands that we withdraw from the river after recent border tensions between the Argentinian army and the FOB militias. Even though we may not have gained any territorial concessions in the struggle, the action has been a great boost to our morale, as our people realize that the enemy is not prepared for a full invasion. Onwards to final victory. So this is some extra war support. Good. That's political power and war support. But I think that first we are just going to go ahead and try to get the declaration of war dealt with. Anyway, mobilize the reserves. The time for war has come, and nations all around the southern cone are mobilizing for what is deemed to be unpreventable now. Argentina has acquired a lot of manpower in the last 50 years with the open immigration policies. So if we mobilize faster than our rivals, we may gain the upper hand. Yes. The problem seems to be that we don't have guns. We're producing fighters. No, that's worthless. Produce artillery. That's useful. We might have to take these División de la Guardia and use them to guard up in the north. Although, like, this territory is worthless. Mostly just worthless. And I wouldn't want the, I wouldn't want the Chileans to use their navy to naval invade us. Which is a possibility, you know? He's calling for manpower. We're going to need to attack them as quickly as possible so that their army is weak. Yeah, I mean, we're going to put these divisions to the north, but yeah, we're going to leave one division in Buenos Aires anyway, because we don't want our capital to be randomly taken over. And then we're going to have this infantry division train up, and oh, I was on speed 4 instead of speed 5. Rip. Mobilize the reserves, yes. More manpower. Build up the defenses. Get some forts, even though we're not going to need those. And by the way, yes, one of our generals is Juan Domingo Perón, who, you know, in real life later becomes the dictator of Argentina. Okay, so these forces, like, up in the mountains should just have, like, they're not that strong of divisions, but the Chileans, it's not like they have better. So, yeah, that's what we're going to try to get. Experimental tank designs. Yes, we do have that. I wouldn't mind having tanks. Serbia crowns King Alexander II. Wow. Now, I say that I wouldn't mind having tanks. It would be very, very good to fight Brazil, like in... Yeah, okay. See, it's actually good. This is just forests and plains and hills. Yeah, Brazil's, you know, the southeast is actually very prone to tanks. Okay, anyway. Fleet exercises. And then afterwards, we can just declare war on the syndies. Strike now. Of course. How's the world going? So we have liberals in Poland, and that's the Habsburg. So they should get Galicia Ludomeria in return for joining the Donau-Adria-Bund. Wrangel in Russia, so it's the military coup light. Looks like Qing is doing their thing. Shanqing expanded a little bit. Auge is doing their own thing. There's still the Indochina Rebellion going on, and it looks absolutely weird. Wow. How the hell has this happened? Well, I'm not sure who's winning, actually. Because the Indochinese have a lot of troops. But the Deutsche Ostasien may also have a lot of troops. Anyway. Strike now. All diplomacy has failed. The moment to strike has arrived, so we declare war on the Patagonian Workers' Front. Now, as I said, this should not be that difficult in the first few days. Can we use... Yes, we can use a force attack. Okay, so strike now. Now. Okay. We are gonna do this. That's gonna be our main objective. Also, that's a militia. We might just have enough to defeat and destroy them. What about the north? We are relatively safe. And here we should have an easy victory. Wow. Okay, so the time is up. We're gonna leave you at a cliffhanger, and we're gonna join you next time with some more Argentina. Thank you all. I'll see you soon.